Welcome to Random Toy Reviews. Today we will be reviewing the Crash Bandicoot action figure by NECA. As we can see from this little insert from the packaging, it says, Crash Bandicoot is back. The eagerly anticipated action figure line from NECA features Crash Bandicoot as you know and love him. Your favorite marsupial has plenty of articulation for maximum whumps, but just as importantly, he's outfitted with a ball-jointed eyebrows to create a variety of crazy expressions. As a bonus, tucked inside is an easy-to-assemble, thick cardstock crate replica. Relive all your favorite Crash moments and get ready to put some umph in your whumph. Alright, so there you go. This is a nice little figure. We'll get into that. But first, many of you may be wondering, what is a bandicoot? It's not a very commonly known animal or talked about animal. So we will consult Animal, the definitive visual guide from Smithsonian. In my opinion, one of the best books on animals. All right, so if we look here in the marsupial section, marsupials, there we've got the eastern barred bandicoot, the creature that Crash Bandicoot is based on. So a few hundred of these bandicoots survive in mainland Australia and Victoria, the majority being found in Tasmania. This omnivorous opportunist forages alone at night and shelters by day in a simple nest of grasses, leaves, and twigs. The eastern barred bandicoot has rabbit-like ears, 3 to 4 whitish black stripes, and a white tail. Its life cycle is rapid, 13-day gestation, weaning by 60 days. Females are sexually mature at age 3 months, males at 4 to 5 months. So as you can see, Crash Bandicoot looks exactly like a real bandicoot. A mirror image. So there you have it. That's what we know about real eastern barred bandicoots. But if we want to get a little more on the origin of the Crash Bandicoot character, I've consulted Wikipedia. So Crash Bandicoot, was first introduced in 1996 in the game of the same name. And it says he was created as the answer to Nintendo's Mario and Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog characters, so that PlayStation could have their own mascot. And so it says one of the reasons that they decided to pick a hedgehog, it says here, Naughty Dog desired to do what Sega and Warner Bros. Did with Hedgehog, Sonic, and the Tasmanian Devil, Taz, respectively, and incorporated an animal that was cute, real, and no one really knew about. The team purchased a field guide on Tasmanian mammals and selected the wombat, potoroo, and bandicoot as options. So first they called him Willy Wombat, but they settled on Crash Bandicoot. And, you know, his orange color design was just because that it was the last, it says here that it was decided early on that there would be no connection between the real animal and Willy's final design, or Crash, as he became known. So instead, the design of the character was determined, quote, 51% by technical and visual necessity and 49% by inspiration. So red would not look good, and orange was just finally selected as the color for him. And so as you see this figure, let's get into the actual figure now. So, first of all, let's look at this guy. He's just a nice, detailed figure. You can see, like, I think one of my favorite parts is that the fur is very detailed, very sculpted in there. You can feel it. It's a nice texture, and it really, really well painted. You can just, I don't know, just very vibrant. He looks really good. And the most important part of an action figure, though, is the articulation. So let's go into that. Let me just adjust my camera here. So, Crash has got no neck, as you can see, but his head does move kind of on a little swivel type thing. You can go not down very far. His chin kind of gets in the way, but he can look up to a decent degree, right a little bit, left a little bit, those kind of things. His arm is on a little hinge ball joint. It's got that nice hinge there, so he can stretch his arm out all the way. Go all the way 108 or 360 degrees. He's got the elbow bend, 90 degrees about, up and down. He's even got a little bit of a wrist hinge, so you can move his hand in and out. Can twist it all around. He's got a little bit of a torso twist. Can go up and down a little bit, but not too far. And then nothing at the waist. He's got a nice, he's got kind of, his legs kind of like on a ball joint, so it gets a pretty decent range of motion. Not too good, but pretty good for this figure. And then surprisingly, his knee, it's hard to see, but it actually has a hinge. You can bend that. If you look in the back, it's a little easier to see the hinge there. Kind of looks like you'd almost be breaking it if you bent it, but it can actually move. And then his shoes even have a little, no, he can twist his leg like that. And his shoes kind of have a, I guess they do, I guess it is a hinge right there. Yeah, they got like a little ankle pivot. Not much, but it's kind of nice. Can move his foot a little bit up and down. But like the box said, the most important feature is right here, his posable ball jointed eyebrows that allow you to get some good expressions out of there. If you want him to look angry, you can kind of point him down. Shocked expression or like a worried expression, you can point them up like that. As you can see, they just pop off. They're on a little ball joint right here. Gives them a good range of motion. So this is, as far as I know, this is the only action figure I've ever seen that has articulated eyebrows. Very nice feature. And then let's go with accessories. He doesn't come with any accessories other than this nice little cardboard kind of cardstock crate that it mentioned on the back there. Hollow. You have to, it comes flattened and you just kind of fold it into shape there, which I think is a really nice bonus there. They didn't have to do that, but you know, there's a nice little detail. Of course, this box is way bigger than the box in the game really is, because I mean, it'd be kind of, I don't know, I guess they could have done a smaller one, but it looks really nice and it feels nice. Looks just like the crates, minus the size. And it looks good on display with Crash. So you can kind of just set him next on your shelf there next to his crate, and Crash Bandicoot's ready to go. So overall, I'd say if you're a fan of the Crash Bandicoot series, definitely a must-have. Really good figure. Good articulation, especially for the character. Gets a good range of movement. More than I would expect from a figure like this. The eyebrows, of course, being an awesome feature. And he just really well sculpted his fur, his coloration. Nice, vibrant colors. And yeah, that fur just looks, he looks more realistic than the actual game character looks, which is kind of funny, I think. But, so yeah, there you have it. You can pick this up online. Usually, I got mine for like maybe 20, I think, on Amazon. You can get them pretty cheap. So there you have it, Crash Bandicoot.